Hey everybody, Joe from Fantastic Reviews here. So Mass Effect Andromeda has been out for a little over a week now, and I wanted to give a quick review and my impressions of the game so far. So here are the good, the bad, and the indifferent aspects of this game. First, the good. The Mass Effect series has always had its own brand of environment design, and Andromeda is no different. This game is beautifully designed from the biome of an entire world down to the structure of your armor and weapons. The obvious attention to detail draws you into the game and can make it seem like you really are on the bridge of your own starship or exploring sometimes lush, sometimes hazardous terrain. The story itself is well written and makes sense. It gives great context to what you're doing and why you're doing it, and it pushes you to continue forward. In addition, you don't need to have played the previous Mass Effect games to understand what is going on. That's the benefit of being in a new galaxy 600 years in the future from the last game. There are subtle things that you may miss in the relations between alien species, but the cultural center on the Nexus does an okay job of filling in some of the blanks. Gameplay and combat hasn't changed much since the previous Mass Effect installments, but that's okay because it's a system that works for this type of game. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Where Andromeda really excels is in its depth of customization. You have access to weapons and armor from all three major factions in the game. You can buy them from vendors, pick them up in the field, or craft them using research stations. There are also skill trees to progress abilities in combat, biotics, and tech, as well as an overall character specialization to boost abilities and stats. You can also choose which skills to progress for your squad mates. There also is the option to choose Ryder's uniform and combat gear, styles, and colors. Top it all off, just about every conversation you have has different options on how to respond. I don't know if this will affect the overall story of the game because I haven't finished it yet, but it's very possible to have a different experience with the game than someone else. When you add it all up, you're getting a fully customized experience with a character completely suited to your taste, from aesthetics to combat style. Next, the bad. Parts of the game that take away from its greatness or take you out of the experience. There are tons of side quests and tasks in Andromeda, which is awesome for a side quest glutton like me. A number of these are repetitive, which is no big deal. If you're a seasoned veteran of RPG-style games like this, you know that's going to happen. A few of them, though, are those super annoying, what I like to call hunter-gatherer side quests. These are quests where you have to find, scan, and/or destroy objects scattered throughout a world, but you have no map marker and very little info to go on to find these items. These kinds of quests stop the game dead in its tracks. Some missions and side quests have multiple objectives that can be marked on your map. However, if you use your map to try to mark one of the objectives, all of them light up, which can be kind of disorienting when you're trying to tackle one objective at a time. It's just annoying enough to earn a bad mark in my opinion. Finally, the indifferent. Parts of the game that aren't great, but aren't bad enough to draw away from the experience. If you've played this game, then you know there are some obvious glitches. There's the well-known awkwardness in cutscene animations with humans, especially with Director Addison.
Need I remind you that viability isn't abstract, it's lives, our foothold. Get out there, Ryder. Pathfind, we're dying.
And some mission glitches. But most of the mission glitches are easily fixed with a save and reload, and the gameplay is vast and interesting enough to overlook the relatively minor animation glitches. Some of the writing for in-game conversation dialogue could have been a little better. Sometimes it's awkward, and sometimes it doesn't make sense.
I like it when you flirt. I wouldn't want you to stop.
Have I flirted with you? Don't worry, Ryder. I'm relentless. It relaxes me.
But given that the story has so many branches and arcs, I think they did the best they could. Long animations when traveling between planets and systems, or even just trying to dock at the Nexus seem unnecessarily long. I can't count how many times I've watched the Tempest blast out of space, approach the Nexus and do its slow drive-by into the docking area. Overall, though, this game is beautifully crafted and very hard to put down. It does a terrific job of putting you in the role of Pathfinder Ryder, trying to find a new home for humanity in a new, completely uncharted galaxy. Out of 5 stars, this game earns an easy 4.5. So if any of you played Mass Effect Andromeda, what are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and find us on Facebook and Twitter. The links are in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in Andromeda.